A very warm welcome to the students of Standard 12. We have gathered the knowledge of electric field from chapter number 1, and we have also understood the concept of electric potential from chapter number 2. Now, according to the concept of electric potential, we can come to a new topic. Now, the word itself is telling you that we are trying to find out the surfaces at which the potential is equal. Equipotential means potential is equal. So, let us first go to the formula of potential itself, where V is inversely proportional to the distance from the charge to the point. Okay. So the potential is inversely proportional to the distance between the charge and the point. So wherever the distance is same, the potential will be same. So collecting all those points where the potential is same and the charge also we have is the same, we can construct a equipotential surface, just like a normal boat. We can construct an equipotential surface where all the points have the same potential, electric potential. So this surface is said to be a equipotential surface. Okay, so what are the concepts or the points which we have to remember given that we have an equipotential surface? Let us just note down. What is the first point? Potential same at all points on the surface. Okay. So, what is the potential difference? If the potential here is V, potential here is V, potential here is V, then what is the potential difference between the potentials at different points? The potential difference V is equal to 0 because potentials at all the points are same. Therefore, you can here also write that the potential at all points is constant. Okay. If the potential at all the points is constant, then do we have to do any work to shift a charge from one point to another point on this equipotential surface? No. So there is no need of any work, there is no need of doing any work to shift a charge on the surface from one point to another. Agreed? There is no need of any work. Okay. One more point. Achha, why there is no need of any work? Because the potential is constant. And what is potential? Potential is the work done to bring a charge from infinity to that point. Bring a unit charge from infinity to that point. So, when potential itself is same, it means the work which we are doing is also same at all the points. That is, V is same at all the points. So, when I want to shift one charge from one point to another, I don't have to do any work. The work done, 0. Agreed? There is no need of doing any work for me because the potential is the same. Okay. Then one more point to remember, that without electric field or without charge, there is no electric field. If there is no electric field, then there is no potential. Agreed? So, the electric field's direction of electric field line, I am writing in short, is always perpendicular to the equipotential surface. Okay, the direction of the electric field line will always be perpendicular to the equipotential surface. If this is the electric field line, then the potential surface, equipotential surface, where all the points have same potential, will be perpendicular to this electric field line. Why? Because charge is same and the distance also should be same. Fine. So, remember all these points as a package. For which topic? Equipotential surface topic. These all points are a complete package points. One point given to you in the question means the other points will follow and it is an equipotential surface. This you keep in your mind. Okay? Then it will be very fast for you to apply. Okay. Now, coming to the last point which we wrote, direction of electric field line is always perpendicular to the equipotential surface. Let me say the direction of electric field line from this charge is not perpendicular. What I am saying? Not perpendicular to this equipotential surface. Then in that case, this electric field line would have components E cos theta, E sin theta on the equipotential surface if theta is the angle here. Yes, I would have it. Then, if there is a component of electric field, if I want to shift one charge from one point to another point on the equipotential surface, I would have to do some work because electric field is there, component is there. I would have to do some work. So, it would contradict that I don't need to do any work according to the concept of equipotential surface. Agreed? So, if at all the electric field line would not be perpendicular to the equipotential surface, there would be one component of electric field on the surface, because of which to shift one charge from one point to another point, I would have to do some work, which is contradicting my statement of the concept that no work is to be done on equipotential surface. Therefore, our assumption that electric field line is not perpendicular to the equipotential surface is wrong, and our concept that the electric field line is perpendicular to the equipotential surface is right. This is wrong, this is right. Agreed? This is my electric field line perpendicular to the surface, this is right. This is my electric field line not perpendicular surface, this is wrong. Reason can be asked. Assertion and reasoning, this reason can be asked. Multiple choice questions, this reason can be asked, whether in any board or any type of the exam. But remember these points. So all these 5 points, normally students leave this topic. Don't do that. All these points are to be kept in mind, and with reasoning they have to be kept in mind. Remember that. Okay. So considering these points in our mind, let us draw equipotential surfaces for some configurations. Here I have the first configuration in which I have considered a point charge which is positive, and I am drawing the equipotential surfaces around the point charge. As I already stated, V inversely proportional to R. If R is same, V is same at that point. So I have already drawn those concentric circles. Why? Because if I draw agreed, this is my charge and these are my points, and this is R, this is R, this is R, this is R. Radius will be same for the circle. So distance between point and charge will be same for that circle. The next circle I consider same. Agreed? Next circle let me consider same. Next circle. I am just at random drawing different points on each circle from the charge so that I get R. R is same for every concentric circle. So V is same at every point on every concentric circle. So these are the equipotential surfaces which have same potential at every point on that circle. Equipotential surface number 1, 2, 3, 4. The value of potential will be different on each surface. Yes, it will be different. Why? Because R is different. Radius is different for every concentric circle. But on the same circle, potential will be same. Potential will be same on circle number 1. Potential will be same on circle number 2. On 3, on 4, separately. But will be different from each other. I hope I am clear. Fine? Agreed? So, for a point charge, how are the, or what is the shape of equipotential surface? Concentric. What word you will remember? Concentric circles about the charge as the center, or around the charge as the center. Okay. Now let us draw the equipotential surface for uniform electric field. Now what is uniform electric field? How can we represent it? The electric field at every point is same. Then how to represent it? You can show parallel lines which are equidistant from each other. Directions are same. This is all indicating that the electric field here is uniform. Now because the electric field is uniform, the equipotential surfaces which we have drawn, 1, 2 and 3, they are equidistant. Remember, how are they? Equidistant. Remember these words. Equipotential surfaces are equidistant. Why? Because the electric field value is same. in the whole surface. So as the distance increases, the potentials will be same for those particular points. Okay. Then, what is their shape? This was concentric circles around the charge. It is a plane surface. So, the moment these two words are used, it means the field is uniform. Electric field is uniform. If electric field is uniform, then the equipotential surfaces are equidistant and they are plane surfaces. Vice versa, you have to learn like that. So in this way, I have drawn equipotential surfaces for two configurations. Keep watching. We will draw equipotential surfaces for some more configurations ahead. Okay. At present, take a pic of what we have done just now, and we shall go to the next page for further configurations. Now moving to the next page, you may have some doubt what will be the type of equipotential surface for the electric field which is increasing, decreasing. We will talk about that, but once we have to learn another concept, then we shall come back. Okay? Now here I have drawn equipotential surface for a dipole. Now what is a dipole? One charge positive, one charge negative. If one charge is positive and one charge is negative, then their electric field directions will be different. They will be going from one charge towards another charge. This is their electric field lines. Agreed? Towards negative charge, away from positive charge. Now because they get attracted towards each other, and between the two charges there will be electric field which is in the same direction also. So the electric field will be little more. Electric field increases where? At center. Okay. Due to this, the equipotential surfaces will be distorted. These are the words you have to remember. They will become elliptical also, and converge at the center, and they will be close to each other at center. Okay. Now, because one charge is positive and one charge is negative, in between there will be points which are equidistant from both the charges. Using the formula V is equal to KQ upon R. One charge positive, one charge negative, distance is same. There will be a surface with these points which will have potential 0. One equipotential surface will be there at the center of the dipole where the potential is 0 at all the points on that surface. Okay. So where is this surface? At center of dipole. potentially same at all the points on this surface and potentially zero also at all the points on this surface. Reason, they are equidistant also from positive charge and negative charge. So one value when I add up according to superposition, one side value will be positive, another side will be negative. They'll cancel out each other. B is equal to 0. Fine. Okay. So remember all these points for a dipole. Clear? Equipotential surface for a dipole. What is it? The electric field increases at the center. Why? Because they are in the same direction, they will join up. Because of that, equipotential surfaces get distorted. Their shape become elliptical. They converge at the center, join at the center, and the distance between this equipotential surface become less. Remember, wherever the electric field is more, the equipotential surfaces will be closer. More electric field increases, equipotential surfaces closer, which also means, question papers are smart in their English word. Okay, which also means distance between the surfaces is decreasing. Decreases. Okay, anything can be asked. Okay, followed? These all points you should remember for a dipole. Package. Equipotential surface for dipole. No other question can be asked. Followed? Now we go to equipotential surface for two positive charges. One positive charge, or you can say even for two negative charges. This was for a dipole, and this is for two positive charges. Now for two positive charges, how will be the electric field lines? Outward for this also, outward for this also. So the directions in the center are opposite. So electric field less. Electric field value less. So elliptical shape, distorted also, same. Okay, but you can see that the field lines are far from each other. Potential surfaces are far from each other. Okay, so equipotential surfaces far. Okay, so distance more. So they diverge. These are all the words. Okay. They are far away from each other. They are elliptical. They are distorted. So this equipotential surface diverge from each other. Where? At the center. Electric field is less. All these points must be remembered. Agreed? Okay. Reason again the same. Because one is positive, another one is also positive, they will repel each other. These two will attract each other, so their qualities are different. These two repel each other, so their shape is different. Okay, and finally, because they are coming close to each other, they can merge also and form this kind of a shape also. Now instead of these two positive charges, if I have two negative charges, same shape, they'll be more far away from each other, space will be more this type. Fine? Okay, so these are the different configurations for the equipotential surfaces which we have discussed. Just take a click of what we have learned just now. Keep watching so that we continue to the next page and derive one small formula for the relation between the potential and the electric field. So now let us find a relation between electric field and potential. Fine. Now as you can see, I have considered two equipotential surfaces A and B. Let us say VA is equal to V. VB is equal to V plus delta V, which is more than V. Fine. Now let us consider that the electric field is upwards as shown. Delta L is the perpendicular distance between A and B. What are A and B? A and B are two equipotential surfaces. Fine. Now, let us consider to shift, to move a unit positive charge from a point P on the green surface, that is the B surface, to the surface A against the electric field. So electric field is upwards and we are shifting this charge of 1 coulomb downwards. So we have to do work because we are going against the electric field. That work done in shifting 1 coulomb unit positive charge from the surface B to the surface A, it is a decreasing potential, correct? From surface B to the surface A is equal to E delta L, where E is put in the modulus delta L. This work done is equal to the potential difference VA minus VB. What is VA? V. What is VB? V plus delta V. So, V minus delta V. What do I have? Negative delta V. So what is electric field then? Value electric field modulus is equal to negative delta V upon delta L. This is the relation between the electric field and the electric potential. When we shift a charge from one equipotential surface to another equipotential surface in the direction of the decreasing potential against the electric field, I am speaking so that we will come to 2 points conclusion. Clear? Now since delta V is negative, I can also write is equal to plus. Okay. Now from this equation, because delta V is negative, I can write it as plus modulus delta V upon delta L. Now from this equation, I can conclude to 2 points. One, conclusion. What is my conclusion? 1. The direction of electric field is in or towards decreasing potential. Okay. 2. The magnitude of electric field is the change in potential per unit displacement. From the formula itself, I am writing both these conclusions. Okay. What is the first conclusion? The direction of the electric field is in a decreasing potential direction. Okay. Here it is negative. Fine. Then the magnitude of electric field change in potential per is the change in potential per unit displacement. Change in potential per unit displacement. That is the magnitude of the electric field. Fine. Okay. So go through this concept of the relation between the electric field and the potential. Important, very important, because this formula will keep coming. You can also write this formula as E is equal to negative dV upon dr or dl. This also is possible to write here. Fine. Okay, I'll just move. You take a pic of what we have done just now, and using this concept, as I told, we will draw the equipotential surfaces for the electric field increasing or the electric field decreasing in the next page of this same video. Fine. Take a pic. Now let us go to the next page where we will draw the equipotential surfaces for increasing electric field or decreasing. So this way I have shown increasing electric field. So this way if I show it is decreasing electric field. Now when the electric field is increasing, the distance between these equipotential surfaces should decrease, means they should come closer to each other. Why? Because here electric field is more, so the surfaces should be close to each other. Simple example I can give you, that if this is say 2x, distance between surface 1 and surface 2 is 2x, then distance between surface 2 and surface 3 will be 2x upon 2 approximately, that is equal to x. Means they are closer to each other. So what should you remember? In the direction of increasing electric field, the surfaces must be close to each other. Distance must be decreasing as electric field increases. That we know already. What we know? That if electric field is more, field lines are near, so equipotential surfaces also are near to each other. If the electric field is decreasing, you can see this side decreasing. So distance is more compared to this distance. Fine. Now this you compare with the uniform electric field. What did we say? The distances were equal in the first page of this video. How were they? And the distances were equal in the first page of our video, as you can see here. Fine. The distances were same. This is x and this is also x. Because the electric field is uniform. And here the distance decreases as electric field increases. The distance increases as the electric field decreases. Okay? That is the distance between the equipotential surface. Now instead of this, if I write here decrease, then far, here I must write increase. Just the opposite. Fine? Okay? So all these points for equipotential surface, you remember as a numerical, as an application, as an assertion reasoning, anything in any type of entrance, NEET, JEE, regular CBSE, remember, it is a complete discussion and package for equipotential surfaces to be drawn. Fine? Okay, I'll just move, you take a pic of what we have learned just now. Understand it very minutely. As the electric field increases, the distance between equipotential surfaces decreases. Same vice versa. When electric field decreases, the distance between equipotential surfaces increases. Fine? Okay?